So in contrast to that, you guys have also been trying to watch a little bit of NWA, and I'm curious where your thoughts are with that promotion.
So mine are very simple. It wasn't for me, but I would give it another shot. It was just a little bit too on the Disney side, not enough of the punk side. I was disappointed in Billy,
Billy
but it might
Corgan.
just been the night. So I'm willing to give it that and give it another shot.
Well, I mean, they did have another show this weekend. The Renegade Twins are the new women's tag champs.
That's cool.
So that's
I'm
good.
glad for them. That's
Yeah.
great for them. Fantastic for them, actually.
And yeah, well, but before I mention the other stuff that happened, Rafe, what did you think of NWA thus far?
Well, I liked it. It didn't have kind of like the energy that I was expecting it to have, but it's still good because everybody's really good. I think that I need to give it a little bit more time. I need to kind of get into the storylines a little bit more. As far as the entertainment value was concerned, um, who's that? And oh man, I'm so mad that I missed his name. He's the big tall dude with the mullet. Oh, something Cyrus, Billy Ray. What's his name? Shoot, he was supposed to get. He got curly hair. He's super tall.
Oh man,
Is
I
he
think
the
I know
guy
who
that
you're
does the
talking about, too.
commercials and wears animal print?
No, not that dude. It was he's named after Billy Ray Cyrus. It's a play on that guy's name.
I don't know. I keep thinking about Ricky Morton because he's the only one I can think of right now that has like a real killer mullet.
Not Ricky Morris. He's curly hair. He almost looks like one of the dudes in Step Brothers. His name.
I think I know who you're talking about. I can't remember who it is.
Well, talk amongst yourselves. I'll find him.
Um,
But to get on that, I thought he was super entertaining. I think that
he's the dude that looks kind of like Sid Vicious, right?
No. Well,
Like
yeah.
big, tall,
He's
kind of like
funny.
a curly mullet sort of thing.
Yeah, I'll find him. I'll find him.
All
but
right.
But yeah, I thought he was super entertaining with his promos. I thought that the one character that he was with, that she was hysterical in this whole thing. I think they have some very funny things in it. I thought, Ty is always good, but the thing that I didn't really like about that was when they had that big match with the teams and they kind of eliminated all the ladies right off the bat. And I thought that was, I wasn't that into that. You know what I mean? It was like suddenly they just kind of like, okay, let's have all the girls wrestle and then we'll just move on to the other stuff. And so I didn't think that was quite fair, I would say. I think, it would have been nice to have a little bit of an intergender match happen. Yeah. And maybe one of the ladies get a little bit farther than they were. I figured Taya would get farther than she did. You know what I mean?
You're talking about that tournament they had,
the teams tournament. Yeah.
Yeah, which was weird because it wasn't really a team format as much as like they hyped it as Team Rock and Roll versus whatever the other team was. Was it just Team Tyrus? I think it was.
Team Tyrus versus Team Rock and Roll. So that's
and it should have been more of a team format, and it wasn't. And I didn't like that they started with the women too, because then it was like, I forget who the last woman was that was in the ring, but then they got beaten, and then it was just the guys for the rest, which was that was a silly way to do the whole team versus team thing. It just doesn't make sense. They could have called it anything else, really.
Yeah, they could have, and they could have just maybe had it where they if it would have been kind of lame if they split it up, but it would have been cooler if some of the ladies made it a little bit further.
Yeah, if they could have just mixed it up and maybe had, peppered a one woman here, maybe two guys, then another woman, then because I think there were less women. And maybe that was the motivation. I don't know. Still, it could have been done much better. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. Thoughts on that, Tammy?
I have no idea what you're talking about, to be honest.
You don't remember that part of the match?
What match? What are you even talking about?
It was NWA Powerrr Live. It was their first live show.
I swear to you, everybody, her eyes were actually looking at the television.
She watched it.
She did.
That's why she said she didn't like it. You know what? Maybe she wasn't really absorbing it.
Coughing at the beginning of your conversation here. I had to mute myself, so I missed what you were talking about. So I just sat and listened and without ever having a clue.
All right. Okay. Well, I mean, EC3, I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. He is now officially signed to NWA as well. And he's bringing his Control Your Narrative promotion, which is non-existent anymore. He's bringing it with him, apparently. I don't know what he's bringing other than being EC3. Everybody else that was in that thing is now signed to WWE again. So,
really?
Yeah. But Tyrus actually retained against Matt Cardona, which surprises me. Number one, because Tyrus has had that title for 2 years, I think, going. And Matt Cardona has been on fire the last couple years, ever since his WWE release. And I really thought he was going to get the belt. It is what it is, but he did just become the inaugural Oceanic champion on the Jericho Cruise. So congratulations, Matt Cardona.
Was he on the cruise? That's cool.
Yeah, I guess they'll be that title's only going to be on the line once a year. So if you like Matt Cardona, you're guaranteed to see him on the cruise next year, I suppose.
Yeah, I thought he was good, especially at the end, and he was getting in Tyrus's face, and like he's good at the promos, man. He's cool, man. I'm
a big fan of Matt Cardona. Always have been. Even when his gimmick was really stupid, I knew there was something about him, and that WWE just didn't see it right. They tried to like put his fire out that he built himself essentially.
Seems
through
like
YouTube videos and stuff online. He got over on his own without the company, and I think Vince maybe didn't like that very much. But moving forward with NWA, I think if you watch more of the product, that again was not NWA in a bottle. That was a weird show to me, and I've seen more than a handful. So I would definitely keep giving it a couple more chances. Let it sink in a little bit. Kind of like any indie promotion, when you first start watching it, it takes you a while to get used to their format and the talent and all that stuff. And you have to wait to see what kind of storylines there are, if there are any. NWA does have a good product, so I would love it if you guys didn't shut it down immediately. But based on the last couple of weeks, I would understand if you did.
No, I'm not going to shut it down. For sure. I mean, I probably catch matches here and there, the things that I'm interested in looking at.
Yeah, it's tough to keep up with all this wrestling, so you got to prioritize.
Exactly. That's where I'm at with all of this. That's why I'm so cutthroat about it, because it's like there's so much. I mean, I got to be relentless, and I just got to figure out, where I want to spend my time. But I'm sampling now, so then I'll figure it all out.
And one more thing before we jump from NWA, since we're talking about Matt Cardona, Chelsea Green has now left NWA, and she's obviously showed up in WWE. And I wonder if she's regretting that yet.
She's getting her ass kicked.
She was doing really good at NWA, and she was doing great working with him on the indies. And now she's
almost she's kind of like a stooge almost.
Yeah.
And it's especially what they did to her at the Battle Royale, at the Royal Rumble. It's like she's in there for 2 seconds. This is her big debut. That was kind of lame. I was like, man, that's kind of lame, man.
Yeah.
They just did that to her. That was pretty, but hey, you never know. They might push her into some cool storylines and move it forward on that too. So
yeah, we'll see.
But
all right.
I'll keep watching. I'll keep checking it out for sure.